What's up? I am doing my midterm video project right now. And when I looked at the prompt, I saw a 6 to 8 minute video make the storyline compelling, interesting, engaging. And I was sitting there and I was thinking about everything that we'd learned this semester about principles of leadership. And I definitely knew I didn't want to write an essay 6 to 8 pages because I feel like a lot of that can be faked or forced. And I wanted this to be real and I wanted it to be a learning opportunity. And so one of the things that I immediately thought of was, instead of putting some fictitious storyline together, I wanted to do what we've been doing all year and learn from people. We've been reading these books. We've been reading these books and then discussing it with other people. We've been trying to get people like Kim Scott, who's about to come visit, and we're trying to learn from people about leadership, which is the way it should be. And so I thought there should be no better way for me to be able to do this project than by taking some of the principles of leadership and some of the modules that we've done and talk to people about them. So the way that this video is going to work is I'm going to be asking people 30 to 45 seconds. You're going to see these people answer questions about leadership. And then I'm going to comment. I'm going to pause. I'm going to comment and explain a little bit about how that applies to what I've learned this semester. Now, I'm in no way a very good editor. I am in no way very good with cameras or technology. So this is going to be very interesting, but I thought it'd be very, very interesting to learn. And so we're going to be learning about leadership with the self, with emotional intelligence. For that, I'm going to go to work and I'm going to ask Amelia, who's our executive assistant at work, about what that's like with emotional intelligence, leading the self. I'm then going to ask our shipping coordinator, McKay, about what it's like to be able to lead leadership and self-deception. I'm then going to talk to our floor manager, Mandy, about leading a team in radical candor. And then last, I'm going to actually talk to our CEO here, named Shane, about what it's like to build a team and lead a team. So let's see what we learn from these guys. I'm excited. Let's go. We're at work. Here we go. Okay, Amelia.
Yeah.
Yes, I came and I wanted to talk to you about things that you've been able to learn about leading the self through emotional intelligence. When you hear that, what do you think of?
Kind of just thinking about my own thoughts and feelings and trying to not let those overcome what I'm doing or how I treat situations or people, but instead helping them motivate me to do it differently or better.
Perfect. That was Amelia's answer on how she's able to lead herself through emotional intelligence. One of the things that I really liked is she talks about motivating herself, and that came through understanding a little bit about herself. And it made me think, and I wrote it down here, of Daniel Goleman's emotional intelligence and primal leadership. Because some of the things I think that Amelia really touched on were how she was able to lead herself through self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. And while she didn't say it in as many words, you're able to see that because she was able to be aware of these things, she was able to motivate herself to take care of herself and to get results. So that's awesome. Let's go on to the next one. Perfect. Okay, McKay. So I was talking to you today a little bit about leadership and self-deception, like what that looks like to you when you hear that initially. What are your thought process?
Yeah. When I hear leadership and self-deception, I feel like that's a leadership mindset where you make it not about yourself, but you make it about the cause, your mission, and most importantly, the people that you're working with. And it's not about just telling them what to do, but trying to see things from their eyes and their perspective, and how the work environment is for them and how to better their positions and roles.
Can I ask you a further question, actually? What about when you're leading yourself?
Wow, that's a good question. Maybe that's the same mindset, is trying to not be so self-critical of yourself, but trying to do things that treat other people or how you would treat one of your good friends, because I feel like sometimes we don't do that with ourselves.
Perfect. Thanks. Okay, we just finished talking to McKay, and I think I really took something away from McKay because you were able to see him answer leadership and self-deception with others and with himself. And I think that really tied into what Machiavelli's The Prince that we were reading earlier talked about, because in that, it talked about how you must care about yourself, the power and influence you have, or else you're going to lose it. Because he talked about how with leading other people, you need to be conscious of them and everything like that, but also with yourself. And if you don't do that, then you're going to be able to lose it and you won't be as effective as whatever. So now we're going to go on and we're going to talk to Mandy about what it's like to lead a team.
Yes.
Okay, Mandy, I've pulled you in here to talk a little bit about what it's like to lead a team. So just immediately off the bat, you hear lead a team. I know you're the manager.
Mm-hmm.
What's that like?
It's to be a leader. I feel like you have to motivate others to go at like 100%, to be the best that they can be, without over criticizing them
Yeah.
and giving positive feedback at the same time. Because I've noticed if you give too much negative feedback, then they kind of just give up because they feel like they're never going to accomplish what that you need them to. So you kind of have to balance between positive and reinforcing what they're supposed to be doing.
I think that's a great answer.
Okay.
That's a fantastic
Good.
answer, Mandy. Okay, guys, we just talked about Mandy about what it's like to lead a team. Now, one thing that I did do that I did not tell her is that we were leading a team with radical candor, and I specifically did not do this. Is I just wanted to ask her what it's like to lead a team, because Mandy's very effective and efficient at her job, and you were able to see in her answer that it reflected radical candor, because we know radical candor is not that like brutal honesty, but it's about being able to like have that direct honesty, positive reinforcement, so that way it's not just ruinous empathy. You're not letting people run in cycles. You're able to see through her answer that she recognizes that when leading a team, to get results, you need to be able to build them up. Let's go on to the next one. Okay, Shane, so I wanted to ask you a little bit about what it's like to lead a team, specifically through like building a team, like what that process is like, how it's been able to help you, and your thoughts and considerations that went into that.
Yeah, so for building the team, I guess starting out, we just had to figure out what the team was going to be doing. Obviously, so this one was production, and then getting good people to find us good people. I mean, the biggest thing is the people, because if you get the weakest link or the bad apple is going to bring everyone down. And so having the connections of people that knew each other, and having that strong sense of community from people already knowing each other, really it was more just getting out of the way of you guys. I know you didn't want me to bring up Spencer, but you helped me build the team, and having everyone that already gets along and is able to work cohesively.
Perfect. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, just hit that pause. Okay, guys, we just finished talking to Shane. Shane's the CEO here. Great relationship with him. He's a really great guy. But what I loved is in his answer, he talked about like the community. He talked about the people and about how he was able to invest in people so that way they would invest in more people and people would be able to work together well. I think that ties perfectly in with The Art of Power by Thich Nhat Hanh, when he talks about how people will only follow you if you follow them. When you invest in people, they invest in you. And as somebody who's joined on when this company was really small and I'm seeing it grow huge in just a short span of months, I can testify to that principle right there. Because he put belief in me, I have belief in him, and this company's been able to grow. We've been able to develop a team. We're able to find success both in our personal lives and professional. So just in conclusion, guys, this was a really great reflection. I'm really grateful for this midterm. I know I went just over the 8 minutes. Hopefully that's fine. And hopefully you were able to learn something, because I know that all these principles that we've talked about, that we've learned from, have helped me edify and become even that much better of a leader. And if we can all just become that much better each day by learning from these principles from the people around us, we will all be able to have fun in life, find joy, and find success, whatever that success looks like for us personally and professionally. Thank you, guys.